Giving all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rekahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and the sincere shalom to the icon that's out there pushing in sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. This is going to be a really quick video on this certain topic that I hear, or that we all hear an awful lot when it talks about complaining. All right, that we aren't supposed to complain. Real men aren't going to complain, or real men of the Lord aren't going to complain and stuff like that, right? So with three short scriptures, we're going to kill that. There's many more scriptures on this subject, all right? But it's the thing is that we're not supposed to complain. We're just supposed to put up with it, deal with it, and stuff like that. And putting up with it and dealing with it is complaining is part of putting up and dealing with that with the issue, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 8. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. All right, behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. All right, that's one scripture. I don't have to break that down, man. I don't have to break that down. What's crazy is you even got other Israelites teaching that, man, that you aren't supposed to complain, secretly throwing shots at Great Millstone and stuff like that, right? So they say that you aren't supposed to complain. The Lord didn't teach us to complain and stuff like that. All right, well, what did this just now say? All right, behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. All right, and the souls of the just complain continually. When you look at the stories throughout the Bible, when Israel went off, you always had somebody. For example, you had Solomon's prayer, you had David's prayer, you had quite a few people's prayers in the Bible. What did they do? Right, when they asked the Lord, they had asked the Lord to protect them, man, to protect the people of Israel. They asked the Lord to protect them. All right, he was complaining to the Lord, all right, to protect us from our enemies, right? He was complaining. He was filing a complaint. It's wicked here, deliver us, when you cry unto the Lord. So again, when Israel went off, every time Israel went off, the Lord would do something to Israel, all right, to, seriously mess them up. Because why? The Lord is a jealous power. He wants you to complain, right? He wants you to cry unto the Lord. He wants you to cry to him, all right? He wants you to go to him for your protection, right? And every time Israel did that and they prayed to the Lord and they cried unto the Lord, what did the Lord do? He delivered them out of that situation. Then Israel went off again. And then what? Israel cried unto the Lord again. He delivered them out of that situation, so on and so on, man. Right? All you got to do is read. Okay? So, the thing is, again, every time you cry, when you throw up prayers, when you go out there on the highways and on the hedges and you call yourself throwing on garments, why are you going out there? Right? You are filing a complaint. Right? You talk about the wickedness. You talk about the evil that's being brought here. Right? You do all these things and you say all these things, but yet you turn around and say that no, we're not supposed to complain. That's some ass backwards ass shit, man. Right? That's some ass backwards shit. Okay? What I'm going to do, like I said, I'm not going to keep this video very long. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. I don't have to break that down, but when you filing a, again, man, we're filing a complaint. You're complaining, all right? You file a complaint. Everybody has something to complain about, but that you have these people here, you're not supposed to complain. Why are you out there complaining? Why are you doing videos complaining? Right? You're supposed to. Right? You're supposed to. If you're righteous, you're going to complain. Right? If you sincerely if you sincerely hate this place, if you sincerely hate being here, you're going to complain. That's natural. The people that don't complain is the people that love being here, right? Part of taking action is the complaint as well. If you want to cry, if you want to do that, the only action we can take right now, all right, the only action we can take right now is the actions that the Lord told us to do. Is to do the lessons in these videos, so to do the best of our ability to reach the elect and to make sure our call in an election is sure. Do the lessons in these videos, go out there on the highways and on the hedges, all right, and make sure make sure our call in an election is sure, man. We're not doing these videos for no reason, man. We're not complaining for no reason, right? Anyway, so that's another one. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 27, it says, an unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked. All right. So, as it said, an unjust man is an abomination to the just. The unjust man, all right, the most unjust man right now is Esau Edom, and they're an abomination to the just. See if they're not an abomination to you, all right, then that means you might as well just side with Esau Edom then, man. All right. You are in league with the enemy if these guys are not an unjust power to you. All right, got you walking around, don't even know what the hell is a male or female these days, man. Right? Don't know what the hell you eating. You know what the hell is in your food and shit. You know, sometimes you don't even want to read it because it's just like, man, I'm ingesting this shit in my body, but I can't help it. You know, so a lot of times it's like you don't even want to read what the hell is in your food and shit. All right. Come on, man. You got us living on top of each other. We breathing in chemicals, drinking chemicals, eating chemicals. Hell, we are chemical now. You know, we are just a walking chemical. Right? We should all be dead. You know, trying to inject you with some shit that they don't even know what it does, the outcome. You know, so if you're just, the unjust is going to be an abomination to you, and you're going to complain. All right, you're going to complain because with the first scripture I just read, all right, this is going to come naturally, man. All right, the righteous, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. All right, and the souls of the just complain continually. All right, so that's naturally going to come if you are a just person, if you are a just man. All right, that's naturally going to come. The complaints, everything is going to come. Because once you come into this thing, right? Once you call yourself coming into this thing, you cry, you call into the name Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, and you come into the truth, naturally you're going to complain. That's all part of doing the work. You're professing the evil. You're complaining about the evil. You're crying into the Lord for salvation. And that's not that complaining is naturally going to come. Right? That's all there is to it. Every time we go out there on the highways and on the hedges, we cry to the Lord. What are you going out there on the highways and on the hedges for? To expose the wickedness. Remember, rebuke, reprove, exhort with all long suffering. What do you do when you reprove? You're shaming. You're exposing. When you're exposing, you're complaining. No matter which way you want to look at it, when you do this stuff, you're complaining. So are we supposed to complain? Well, I'm going to close off the video with that question. You tell me. Giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, Shalom.